Thank you. Good morning. Eve Anderson from Waimanalo. I've been watching this issue for whenever you started, and really upset that you haven't really studied the hot lane issue and be very specific, the pros and cons of the rail as opposed to the hot lanes. The articles that are coming out, and you can find them for yourself, the Portland issue. We had Portland people come to us with the Highway Users Alliance. The mayor had Portland people coming to tell this other story. They don't jibe. And the Portland people that came to us said, yeah, the mayor's team, they don't come and look at the other side. Okay? Well, there's an article in Portland. There's another article that's come out on Charlotte, where the delays and cost overruns in building Charlotte's first light rail, and they're looking to make some changes. These are all up-to-date stuff.
Can we copies for the
Well,
committee?
you can find it. It's Traffic Alliance. I mean, it's the traffic. We can find that for you.
Thanks.
Denver. The year-old Interstate 25 Express toll lanes are drawing more than 3 times the expected numbers. It goes on and on. Drivers rave about the tollway in Tampa. So we want you to study it and compare the mayor's choo-choo train and a tollway. The flexibility for the tollway is heads and shoulders over this, but all of you've made another decision, so you're racing down that track. And yet I went to the mayor's meeting in Leeward 2 Saturdays ago or whatever, and yes, now Toro's talking about $5 billion. You know, it was $3 billion. Oh, it's just going to be $3 billion. But now openly they're talking about $5 billion. This project, if done with rail, plus they're saying, Toro just told us it could take, comes every 3 to 6 minutes, can take 300 passengers. We're going to have that many coming every 3 to 6 minutes from Eva and Waianae and all the way into town. Where the tollway, our handicap vans can go, the express buses. Our UH students said, oh, we'll pay for the train, but they won't pay for a tuition increase. The express buses, during the day with a proper schedule, can start from Leeward campus, take the students to Manoa on the flyover, and get off and go right up to the UH, whatever the schedule they need. A bus, rubber tired on the flyover, can go to Eva. They can start Eva all the way down the track, different buses in the morning, express time. They can make 1 or 2 stops in Eva, get on the flyway, and be in Honolulu in 30 minutes. Not all these stops all the way along. If you get on at the bottom of the end, you got to wait for a whole hour till you get to town. It's just not practical. You can have your emergency vehicles use the flyway. During the day, the taxi drivers in Waikiki that are trying to get tourists, or maybe you and me, to the airport in a timely manner, can get up on the flyway, pay the toll fee, and be at the airport in 10 minutes instead of sitting on Nimitz. So what I'm concerned is that you, in all these months that we've been listening to this stuff, you haven't studied and compared for the public the tollway as opposed to the rail. And it has to be done before you make a decision. I was at the Windward community when you did the testimonies, and here's a lady from Eva or out in that way, works in Waikiki. She gets up and says, we need the train. Obviously, because she can't drive in, sit in that traffic. The hotels don't let her park in the parking lot because you need it for your customers. But I'm saying, talk about the tollway. She'd be into Waikiki far quicker, and she doesn't need her car. And yet we don't present that to the public, so the public has no idea. When I talk to people, I mean, they have no idea. It's only this rail project, which is so scary, the cost involved. You're only touching a little bit of the cost, so I just plead with you that put on the brakes just a little bit and do an in-depth comparison of both. The League of Women Voters had an hour in December for the city to come and our side to come. Gary Okino was going to come, and then he backed out, and yet he's a planner and our expert. And so we need you to come, and if the mayor thinks his plan is terrific, that's great. But prove it to us. And to do these presentations, I've been to a million of them, it means nothing to the public. What's going to mean it when you start building this, and we can't pay for it.
Thanks, Eve. Appreciate it.
I'm concerned.
Any questions for Eve? Thanks, Eve.